Hey, true believers, it's Englentine here with part 3 of our Friday the 13th live stream. And in this one, we are asked about Peter Parker's feminist agenda. It makes me laugh every time I think about that. As well as we talk about stories that are famous for being bad. And we're not allowed to use Secret Empire or One More Day as an example. So we really get a lot of comments on that. So kick back and enjoy this part of the broadcast. And if you like videos like this, if you like the kind of stuff we do on this channel, please go on over to Patreon or VIDME and drop $1 in the till. We've got patron-only videos as well, so you're definitely getting something for your money. Anyway, kick back, relax, and enjoy.
Did you want to hit up Elijah's question there that he asked too as well? I noticed you were edging to it. Did anyone see the stupid shirt they made Peter Parker wear?
Oh yeah,
that was an idiotic thing.
A feminist T-shirt. It's not so much that, which is bad because you could have joked that off, but it's the fact that they really turned him into not like he's never been poor before.
Well, he's shirking responsibility like crazy too.
Yeah, I know.
And on top of that,
that's what I'm saying.
Peter Parker, I mean, is not like a real big, super buff guy, but I'm sorry, he should be stretching the crap out of that shirt.
They turned him into a skinny jeans, coffee drinking. He might as well have a Mike Nesmith wool cap on his head, walking around with the hair sticking out the way. They just made him a freaking hipster. They de-aged him by 20 years.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, guys, stop drawing him like a college kid.
I saw that picture and I immediately there was
thank you. Yes, anybody with a how does that shirt even fit him?
Yeah, there was a picture.
Either one big woman or one very small guy.
There was a Facebook meme I saw the other day that it had 2 pictures, and the first guy was this skinny little male model in what, honest to God, looked like a woman's pantsuit. And the caption under him was what fashion designers think men want to wear. And then the next one was basically Conan the Barbarian is like what men really want to wear. And looking at Peter Parker in that shirt, I couldn't help but think of that male model.
Another thing too that's a big point that nobody much is addressing, and I like it was mentioned in the comments by the Nerd Wonder as well. And I thought about it as well, too. Peter Parker now is such a popular name because he's blown up so big. And I mean, in the Marvel Universe, becoming, owning his own major company. How are you ever going to get him back to being a nobody again? And having
just start writing him that way.
I mean, I guess you're going to have to just hope people, just don't think about it. Well, but I mean, in general, people always see him as this is the guy that created a big company, was mega wealthy.
Wally West, in the late 80s, early 90s, Wally West won a couple of $1 million in the lottery.
13.4.
And then
$13.4 million.
And then he spent it. Then he no longer was a millionaire. Boom, done. It's the same thing. Peter Parker was rich. Now he's not rich. Okay. Keep going with his life. He was born poor. He was raised, and by that I mean
he doesn't,
the way he was written. He doesn't one of the fun things about Peter Parker was that he struggled at life.
Yeah, we don't have to.
His struggle was balancing the two.
We don't have to take him all the way back to being a lower class kid, But
it's not the money though. That's what I'm saying. It's not the money that's the issue. It's how people recognize him and things now. He's no longer just a man on the street.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Because everybody sees and knows who he is. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it would be like if Donald Trump lost all of his money.
Right.
If Donald Trump lost all of his money, he'd be poor, but people would still see, oh, well, that's Donald Trump. Well, that
guy, but Donald Trump's done that a couple of times.
Not well, he wasn't on the street.
Right.
And that's what we're talking about. But the thing is this is, I think we're putting more thought into Spider-Man than Dan Slott is, because I don't think he would actually believe this part.
Right. Right. And see, that's the thing that's been bugging me too. And I'm glad the Nerd Wonders jumped onto that. Well, because I'm right in the same vein as her. I mean, he's just never going to be looked at the same by anybody. Granted, he doesn't look the same anymore now because of the writing and how he's drawn. He's drawn as a digital hipster douchebag that's stupid and you know, and a complete loser, but
well,
he can't even be the hero in his own book anymore.
He can be the hero of his own book because nobody knows that he's Spider-Man.
True. But even then, when he's Spider-Man, he doesn't solve anything on his own anymore. Or
he was rich and famous as Peter Parker, the tech mogul. Now,
but Peter Parker will be known in the same light as John DeLorean.
Pirate Monkey says, "One more day was the beginning of the downfall of Spider." I want to point something out here for you. You can name the most famous stories in comic book history. And you could say, name 3 of, and it could be Watchmen, The Dark Knight Returns, and One More Day. Think about that. Think about that one. One More Day is now one of the most famous stories, and it's because nobody likes it.
You guys didn't like that story? It was phenomenal. What's your problem?
Yeah. And
I can't
anytime I can get Spider-Man to
joke about that, man.
Yeah,
I can't even joke about it.
You take the character that never gave up no matter what, and it was a staple in his story for years about how he'd always persevere, and once he gives up to it, a symbol of the devil for Marvel. Yeah, bravo.
Okay, the place where I went off on it was when he goes to Dr. freaking Strange.
Yep.
And Strange says, "Sorry, kid, I can't help you with a simple gunshot wound." Are you kidding me?
Medical doctor Stephen Strange.
Yeah, and we're not even,
also has magic.
We're not even talking about the fact that he can shift reality with magic. We're talking about a guy who was, still has all of his surgical knowledge, and he can't fix a simple gunshot wound.
Okay, here's a question.
I want to.
Here's a question.
God damn it! I'm getting so angry. I'm losing the ability to speak English.
Name more stories. What are the more famous stories that are famous for how bad they are? And here's the rules. We already mentioned One More Day, and nobody can mention the SE word. It has to be 2 different stories. What would you say? If you can't mention Secret Empire or One More Day, what are the stories that are famous for being bad?
The first one obviously is the Clone Saga.
Oh yeah. Well, which one? First,
another Spider-Man.
The original.
Oh, the first, definitely. Yeah.
The first Clone Saga wasn't bad. That one wasn't bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you being serious right now?
You're talking the first one like that was in the 70s, right?
No,
the 90s.
No.
The 90s.
Well,
okay, yeah, you're right. It's the second.
Wasn't the first Clone Saga.
I don't think
he's right.
I don't
he's
think
right.
of it. I don't think of the one in the 70s as the Clone Saga. I think of that as the Jackal Saga.
Well, that was a Clone
Saga. It wasn't titled that until the second Clone Saga came out. But yes, okay. Well, for argument's sake, we will call that the first one because now it is known as the first Clone Saga. So the second Clone Saga.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you guys there. That sucked.
Gwen Stacy banging Norman. That was at Civil War II. Yes, that was Avengers versus X-Men.
Gwen Stacy banging.
Cat steals Peter Seaman. Death of X-Men and Humans versus X-Men. Oh my gosh, there. Oh, here's one. Green Lantern Rebirth. High five.
Yes.
I didn't like Flash Rebirth. I was very happy with Wally West as the Flash, so I was like, yeah, it didn't. Ultimately, holy crap!
I have to tell you, ultimately, I've come to accept Hal Jordan again.
I like Hal Jordan,
but I didn't want him back. I didn't want him back.
I liked it.
I mean, because here's
Rebirth, not Born Again. Born Again is Daredevil.
Kyle Rayner, in one of the best Daredevils. Kyle Rayner had been established that he had been the Green Lantern for an entire new generation of Green Lantern fans, and suddenly along comes a bunch of guys and they're going to we're going to get rid of the useless the useless Mexican kid and bring back the real Green Lantern. And a bunch of us who had come to like Kyle Rayner were quite justified in going, screw you, dicks. Because
a couple of people,
I liked how
a couple of people brought up the entire New 52.
Yeah. I liked Hal Jordan, and I hate how they made him go out. That was a terrible way to take him out.
Yeah.
No, that I'll admit.
Well, when they finally really did supposedly take him out, it was as Parallax, and he saved the world in Final Night. Here's something. Shinto Ketchup says The Killing Joke. It's been a while, but he remembers going, meh. And you are, like myself with Jason X, part of the minority. Congratulations. Grab your victim card. But what I think is funny here is a lot of them are basically they're Marvel stories. Everybody's tossed. Oh, JLA Cry for Justice. As soon as I said they're mostly Marvel, somebody comes with Cry for Justice sucked. That one. Oh yeah, and Day of Vengeance. I think that was the Hal Jordan as Spectre.
I'm going to have to disagree hard with Out Freedom Foundation saying Hal's heel turn was great. No, just no.
Killing Joke was meh. I agree from MK Giger. Now, wow. New Universe Kickers Inc. Well, that's probably the one I could say I didn't like even as a kid. Kickers Inc. You remember that one?
What was the title of the no wait, Marvel Super Pro? That was the one about the
NFL Super Pro. NFL
right?
Super Pro was Marvel's.
Since you guys love that so much,
they said, "Hey,
expect me to do an issue of Flashback from the Stash with NFL Super Pro at some point."
Rock on. You know what? If you do that, then I'll try to find Kickers Inc. somewhere, and we'll do a kind of a crossover. I love Inhumans versus X-Men is the worst Inhuman story, and it ruined all respect. Yeah, a lot of people lost respect for it. I think it was a wrong way to bring him out. They wanted to get rid of the X-Men, and what the freaking hell were they thinking when they decided to do that? Movie rights, so we don't want.
What they were thinking is Disney must own the narrative.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is the movies are. It's not the other way around. They should have been printed. Hey, thank you for making this movie and advertising our comic. I would have paid to advertise the comic book on their movie. Yeah, here you go.
That's not the way. You got to remember from the moment I said this, I started saying this. The moment Marvel purchased DC, I said everything's going to change because Marvel doesn't give shit one about the comics, or DC rather. DC, no, dang it, Disney. Disney doesn't give a damn about the comics. Disney's all about the movies. They're going to change things around the way they want to make the movies more appealing, and they're going to concentrate on the movies, and the comics are going to go down the toilet. I said this from day one after Disney's purchase of Marvel. And you know what I got told? Oh, well, you're just doomsaying. Yeah, here we go. Now we're where we are. I was just doomsaying.
Yeah. I would say all new, all different Marvel, the whole freaking thing. Yeah. I'm trying, guys. I really, when we read the comics for the reviews, we really do keep an open mind, except for on a couple of titles. There are some that I can't.
And that's probably
I've got a couple that I just can't.
This has been consistently bad. I cannot think that, wow, this one might be better. When you pick up America.
It bugs me so much that all these content creators for Marvel right now think that we just always hate Marvel and we want Marvel to fail. They don't get it. We're offended because Marvel used to be awesome. And it's like, it's a fraction of what it used to be. I don't know at least I don't think I do. Does anybody in the live chat actually want to see Marvel fail? Or would you rather see them fix things and come back with the great books that we used to have?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty good question,
But yeah.
Actively wanting Marvel to drop rather than fix themselves up. Now, here's something to point out. Marvel is in such a bad way right now that there's some people in the comments right now, and even ourselves for a little bit, are talking up the new universe. Seriously, think about that for a freaking moment. I mean, it bombed like the Enola freaking Gay, and we are talking about it as if it were the second coming because of how bad it is right now. And by the way, no one's mentioned Justice, and that was their longest running title.
Hey,
I was a
Star Brand fan. I was a Star Brand fan.
bad
when,
book, you know.
When they tried,
like
they tried to bring the Star brand into the mainstream Marvel universe by way of, damn it, Nova, not Nova.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Nova? Might have been. Anyway, I can't remember. It's only been 30 freaking years. You know, I thought that was great. Hey, they're gonna, you know, salvage something from the new universe, and then of course it went the way of all things.
Oh, here's something I want to, and it just popped into my head because, you know, Perversion. There's a scene in DP7 where they are fighting a guy who controls body functions. Remember, I did not understand what was happening, but he was like, "Oh, and you're throwing up, and you have cramps, and I hit your pleasure button," and I just read right over it as a kid, and then later on, I was like, "Holy crap! He stopped her by giving her orgasms." This is like 1980s DP7. I was like, you know, as a kid, I was just okay, yeah, whatever. You know, why is she on the ground if he get nope? And now I realize there's a supervillain in the new universe of Marvel's new universe that actually stopped somebody by giving her too many orgasms. Comics are weird. It's like, well, that stopped the conversation dead. How do you top the villain who beats the hero by giving them orgasms?
Hey, I don't know, man. I mean, you never got into Larry Niven's science fiction stories, but at one point,
a couple of them, but yeah,
he's got an alien race in his known space series, and they're cowards. This alien race, they are philosophical cowards. They honestly believe that bravery is a form of insanity. But every one of them that moves around among aliens goes armed. But the weapon that he uses is basically a gun that turns on the pleasure centers of your brain. And this was all the way back in 1966 that this was happening. So, DP7 was not the first to use that as a weapon.
I already have that gun. It's in my pants.
David Deister asks us to have Linkara join our chat. Oh, your mouth to God's ears.
Yeah, my God, yes. Please.
The problem with having Linkara on is to me is a funny one, because when my daughters introduced me to Linkara and we would put on, awesome, he does comics, let me watch. And then halfway through I fall asleep.
Yeah,
every freaking time.
He would put the volume up so loud you could hear it across the house through closed doors and walls.
The thing is every damn time. So my daughters joked about the fact of getting me, like, you know, instead of like whale song or waves to help fall asleep, they just get Linkara's voice.
I invited Dan Slott to the live stream.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you invite EVS?
First of all, the Dan Slott one's a lie because I have no way to contact him. He's blocked me from everything.
Yeah, okay.
But I did send EVS one just in case he wants to.
I swear to God, the next person here who says shenanigans, I'm going to pistol whip the son of a bitch.
Nerd Wonder said, "Let me on, and I'll scream about one more day."
That is she's the big shipper. But yeah, I would love to have Linkara on, but never knew him. So that would be fun. That would be fun to talk. Because you know what? I see that he doesn't really read a lot of new books. I've heard him say that, though. So I wonder if it's one of those situations, you know, me and Jack were talking about, like, and maybe you've experienced this also, Frugal. If you start reading too much, it's hard just to read it. So there you go, True Believers, part 3 of our Friday the 13th live stream. What did you think? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you have any more famously bad comic book stories, let us know about that in the comments below. And if you like videos like this, click like, share. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscription and notification bell so you don't miss anything. Also, we do ask, if you do like our videos, if you've made it this far, by all means, go on over to Patreon. Go on over to VIDME. The links are in the description below. Drop $1 in the till. Help us keep the lights on. Help us keep making the videos for you, because we definitely enjoy it, and we certainly appreciate everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers out there, thank you very much for watching.
What is this feeling that's put you in your place? A hot red burning on the side of your face. You feel the